Let me just make sure
First of all, though, I must play a song for all of you.
Yeah, hello everyone.
So let me add a web browser source.
It says the stream is paused. Oh, because you minimized it because you're doing the other thing. That makes sense.
The Discord stream is paused, right?
Right.
Yes. That wasn't it. What happened? We'll delete that. Maybe I'll do it a different way.
Our backgrounds look so cohesive and pretty together. I love it.
They do. That is excellent. We are going to do it a different way. I'm going to just share my browser window instead. That's easier right now because I don't need to see the visual. Though the visual is Nario riding naked on the back of a totally righteous dragon. That is track number 14. Nario riding naked on a totally righteous dragon.
Okay.
On this album.
So you weren't just being clever.
No, I was not. This is
awesome.
The composer Jake Kaufman, a much earlier work than Shovel Knight. But I open my 200 level music class with a track from this, and let me share it in Discord as well so the Discord folks can hear. There we go. This track, it's entitled, and I don't tell the students what it's called right away. I let them take a guess at what this is. Every once in a while, I'll get a student that has pieced it together. The title is Dracula Man X2 Alpha Turbo. Listen to this. It's written as part of Quackfest, which is an old IRC chat room hangout session that Jake Kaufman used to host, where you would write a piece using only general MIDI and no post-production. So just practicing melodies and harmonies and throwing stuff down. You'd get an hour to come up with something.
Wow.
And his best submissions for this fun little contest/hangout session he invented made its way onto this CD. They're all pretty fun, but I think this is the best. Here we go. Dracula Man X2 Alpha Turbo.
Ha.
This is a Sega Genesis baseline for sure.
Yes, it is.
I think I'll actually let this go another minute yet. It's good.
But not this time.
This is not a repeat per se, by the way. There's extra instrumentation this loop.
This baseline feels like a co-fan.
The main part of the song is over now. Jake is just kind of tooling around for a little bit here. But there's only 40 seconds left, so I'll let it finish. Then we'll chat briefly and get going with Shovel Knight.
It's been a bit like the end of Layla, right? Or Acceptance, where it's like a different song for a while. Still the same melody here, at least.
This is a very specific tempo and reference, and Jake is about to give it to you directly in case you have not realized what he's quoting here. Or Weird Al-ing, you might say. Like it's a parody of something, but not quite the same thing. Listen to where it goes right here. And the song just ends there because the joke's over, right? Like he gave it to you at the end?
Yeah.
All right. The reason I play this for my undergrads at the start of the 200 level music class. That is the ending credits of Mega Man 2, quoted verbatim at the very, very end of that, Elizabeth. Mm-hmm. This is Jake's attempt to write musically in the style of Mega Man X, using all of the instrumentation of the Castlevania soundtrack. It's what if Konami had the Mega Man license. Hence Dracula Man X2 Alpha Turbo. The reason I play this track before we start Shovel Knight is because the person who needed to write the Shovel Knight score to make Shovel Knight as famous and awesome as it is today is the person who wrote this 10 years ago, before scoring Shovel Knight. This score leverages all of Jake's just encyclopedic weird knowledge about old games. And those of us who do this stream weekly are pretty damn good at this in terms of 8-bit knowledge. And Jake makes us all look like chumps. He is impeccably good at recall of this sort of thing. And that's going to be evident when we get into the game. So, that said, let's hop right to it here.
And this is fun to follow on the heels of how we've been playing Horus, because there's going to be a lot of like spot the reference in this game.
Absolutely.
While still feeling just like real fresh, and you know, it's its own thing. But you're gonna hear Castlevania, you're gonna hear Mega Man, just all of these classic.
And we start with what I'm convinced is a Back to the Future reference as well. We'll get there. Our name is going to be Stream, just so I can keep track of it and not play it.
I named mine Chevy when I played it.
Nice. In terms of accessibility features, I'm not going to do this because I'm going to play the game as released, but you can change the gender, both sprite and text of every major character in the entire game. Which is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that's fun. I've never really dug around in this.
Alright. Here we go. Right at the start, there's a Back to the Future reference that I'm in love with. I'm going to turn it up one. I think that music's a little bit quiet. Here we go.
Share it to the Discord.
Oh no, share it to Discord. Hold on. I gotta start over, because we gotta hear that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I would like to see it.
No! Alright, let me share that back to Discord. I had the browser shared, everybody.
Yeah, you did. You did good.
Alright, take two. Sorry about that, everybody.
There we go.
Woohoo!
We're gonna erase stream. And then we're gonna make stream. Alright.
Yeah.
So y'all are gonna get a fun treat tonight in that this score was released as an NSF. What? which means we can open it in Famine Tracker and dig through it.
That's right. Jake wrote the entire score in Famine Tracker. He wrote it there. That's just how he works. And the entire score to the first game, the sequels don't do this. He never published the sequels as NSFs. But he is very proud of the fact, and he would want you to know, were he here with us, that the entire NSF Shovel Knight file fits on a Nintendo cartridge and is playable there on hardware. If and only if you have a cartridge the size of Kirby's Adventure and you fill the entire memory set with the Shovel Knight music, because the soundtrack is that large. It takes up the entire Kirby's Adventure cartridge. No game, only music.
Yes. And so I will, the other thing that we're going to do we're going to look at some NSFs tonight, but we are also going to look at some really incredible transcriptions. I was going to do my own, as you know I do, and then I found a Leonardo Gama, who goes by Leo10 Gama online, has done some really, really incredible transcriptions from the NSF, from Famine Tracker. So they're in channel order, just like I do it, and I was like, these are great. So we're going to look at some of those and just compare them against what's happening in the NSF. But that comment about the fitting on the NES, one of the reasons that those take up so much space is there are 7 channels in play.
That's right.
So we have this expansion from what we would have had on an NES.
Yeah, this is all written with the Konami expansion chip as if it's the Japanese version of Castlevania 3, which is the only common... There are a couple others, but that's the really well-known VRC6 chip game. In any case, let's get to it here. Let's listen. Here's our Back to the Future reference I've been promising here.
The reference first.
There you go.
Yeah, I totally hear it. Shovel and Shield Knight, they're like BFF. Are they dating? I don't know.
This
like
motive here, the da 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 da, that's gonna come back a lot. Pay attention to that. It's the Tower of Fate motive.
So yeah, Shield Knight is gone. Shovel Knight is grieving. But then the evil sorceress takes over, and she's like evil sorceress in the best like Disney way. Like, look at how awesome she looks.
I love saying out loud the order of no quarter.
Yeah.
It's very Disney. Oh, this shot here of Shovel Knight on the left, the giant Enchantress's tower on the right, that's a total rip at Ninja Gaiden 2, where you see the Tower of Laja in the distance, as is this opening shot that's my background, where you can see the tower in the distance. Like in Journey for PS3, your goal is always and ever present for you in some form. Really cool if the chiptune game does that.
This is my favorite track in the whole game. I will just listen to this on repeat. I freaking love this track. I mean, I fell in love with it this whole game right away because of this track.
Gameplay-wise, we are Zelda 2 meets DuckTales, which sounds absurd, but it absolutely works.
I think that fits.
I would take DuckTales over Zelda 2. We know how I feel about Zelda 2.
We know how a lot of people feel about Zelda 2.
This game is not my nemesis.
Now, this
musically,
one...
like I suggested with our opening piece, we are Mega Man meets Castlevania, and that is literally the case here to the point where Natsume contributes 2 tracks herself to this score.
Nice.
Oh, and Flowers of Antimony. Oh my gosh, that skip you just did, Ryan, dang! I always get my butt kicked by that dragon. Like, I don't die, that's, you know, it takes some life. I didn't know you could just, like, nope it. That's pretty cool.
I'm not doing any big skips, but I'm doing lots of small room level skips here to save us some time.
Yeah, Elizabeth is also all in caps. You can just go down the ladder. Also, this is a great mechanic. You collect the sheet music for all of the levels in the levels, and then when you get to the village, the bard can play them for you as like a jukebox. So it's kind of a fun way to get you to maybe go back, replay levels, explore things. Because I know I didn't get all of them my first playthrough. I had to do a few levels again.
We will not get them all, but the bard pays you for the ones you do get, so the ones that are not too far off the route we're going to pick up actually to save time, because we need money.
Yeah. And one thing that I'll note, I mean, obviously, Jake like knew his way around Family Tracker in his sleep, and what I really like about how he's organized it is there are kind of like two teams, as it were. So there's kind of a main like NES style like 2 square wave triangle wave, and then we've got our noise channel, and then we've got another couple square waves and a sawtooth channel. And for the most part, like even in Family Tracker, the noise channel's in the middle of those 2 sets. And so when you start muting and kind of listening to things, they conceptually sort of group together, where the first set is like, if you were playing this on like a regular NES, you could get away with it because it's got your melody and your counter melody and your bass, and then everything else over here is like
I knew I was going to do it there.
Sweeps and glissando, moments, and just like adding texture, adding depth. And in this track, like right here in the beginning, he loves playing with register. So like the depth of some of those bass notes in an otherwise like treble context, it's just like, oh yeah, this one note's gonna like just drop. And then it comes back up. It's really cool.
No, I can't do it. There's supposed to be a way to skip that, but we won't. We'll go this way.
I did not know that you could just shovel, like, rappel over him. Yeah, Jarrell, we were talking about that right before you came on. Oh, it would take up the entire cartridge, but it still fits. Yeah, this one in particular is my jam.
Notice how now the tower is a little larger in the background? We have made progress.
Also, we're going to hear basically remixes. Anytime there's a boss fight, it's a remix of the level.
Yes, there is no single boss theme, which is to this game's advantage, I think.
Yeah, it's like Mega Man should have done that. I would be here for that if Mega Man did it. Florida man sighting. Hi, Pete.
What's up, Pete?
I gotta keep my eye on my chat. I'll be curious if any of my undergrads show up for the class that I hopefully will have a contract for soon.
Oof,
but then
oof.
I've already started teaching. Okay.
Good times.
Here's that motive again. The Tower of Fate motive becomes Shield Knight's theme during the dream sequences. And I love this particular rendition at the campfires. This is a gorgeous NES
These,
theme.
like, dream sequences where you have to catch her. It's like, it's haunting.
No.
Yeah, the first time that happened, I like didn't understand that I was like, oh, I have to play again. I thought it was just like a cutscene and I missed it.
Right. I really like that you could leave, but you can also like be responsible and put your fire out, and they give you a little bit of money for being good.
Yeah. And that's my backdrop, as you all can see.
All
And
right,
now the world opens up.
Do you want to go back and talk about the Plains of Hope track, Dana? You want to share your screen in Skype, and I'll get it on the feed here? Yes. I'm gonna, while we set that up, I'm gonna quickly go into the village and out of it. We will come back to the village, but not yet. We're gonna finish 2 stages first.
Okay. Share computer sound. Let's see. Do we want to dig in the NSF first, or do we want to see notation?
Either's fine with me.
Shit. Yeah. Well, I've got.
Do the
Here's this
notation
one.
first.
Yeah, since it's our friends. So this is basically the order it shows up. Just if you turned it like sideways. Yeah. So we have square 1, square 2, triangle, noise, and then square 1, square 2 again, and sawtooth. Yeah.
Hold on
Arguably,
one
these could be
second.
square 3 and square 4, right?
I'm gonna try something, Dana. Oh, it's not sharing the sound there very well.
It's not sharing anything.
Oh, this is going to be only on the stream rather than to... well, you have to watch through Skype, Karen.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I got it on Skype.
All right, and we should hear it when, Dana, when you start making sound, it should play here.
Yeah, so again, this is, all right, so this is Leo 10 Gamma or Leonardo Gamma. And, you know, it's in Muse score, so obviously the timbres are wrong. They're, you know, as close as we can get, but we'll just play this one and y'all can watch what's going on. And notice how many of these, like, octave displacements there are. I love that.
I like how the melody goes down the first time and up the second time. Right here. Our loop point there. Right 2 pages ago, if you will, about 8-10 measures back, he does a really cool thing in the score where he has... Am I looking at NES channels 1, 2, 3, percussion and noise channel, VRC6 channels at the bottom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right where you're looking right now, there's a run in the melody line of, I think it's 30-second notes. It's hard for me to see it
this
right
guy?
now. Yes, that. It does it on the NES side and then echoes it on the VRC6 side, which I think is wickedly smart when you hear it in the actual NSF.
Yes.
It creates a very cool echo effect, and that's not the first or only place that technique, where it's like NES versus VRC6 expansion, echoes itself throughout this score. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, so let me switch over to the NSF.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, I can switch screen or window. I don't even have to stop sharing. I love it.
I'll let you know if that actually works.
Yeah, we're going to find out. Anyone want my Cricut design space to pop up? I was designing some labels for a hand soap dispenser. All right, did that switch?
It did.
Haha! Okay, so obviously we know what this sounds like, but just for fun, let me mute the expansion chips, and you can kind of hear like an NES-ified. Obviously, like, this is not like those folks that are like, hey, look at the original samples for the, you know, this game. This is how it should have sounded. Like, I'm just saying, like, there is clearly like a division of labor in how he's using the channels, where like these stand alone in a way where if like you had to throw them on an NES, like you've got your major components and like the uses of the channel, and then everything else just like adds fun. But here's what it sounds like with just square one, square two, triangle noise, and then GPCM isn't used. So. Like totally serviceable, right? Then you just start adding it back in.
That's awesome.
And that's just something that I noticed that was like really consistent is there's this kind of clean division where like everything that you need is like the skeleton is in those first couple channels, and then everything on the other side is just adding like richness and depth and register and extra harmony and usually a lot of sweeps. And really neat stuff. But just like, look how dense these patterns are. I love it. It's just gorgeous to look at. I love
awesome.
me some Family Tracker. Love it.
Julian, come crash our Skype.
Yeah. Crash your Skype about it. But yeah, let me just keep playing this a little bit while Julianne's hopping on.
Oh. You got it.
Julianne's not coming yet.
That's okay. Pause it for now.
Yeah.
We will move on to
the other things I love
King
about
Knight
this is that, and let me unshare now. We'll come back. One of the other things I love about it is like that there's repetition, but with those little decorations, like we just heard at the end there, it's not just a da-da-da, ba-da-da, bum, ba-da-ba-bum. Like you could just repeat that every time, but he adds those little like extra little fancifulnesses.
Yeah, there's like extra triplets thrown in there every loop. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just like shakes it up just enough where you're like, okay.
Similarly, this world map theme, which is what I'll call World Map 1.
And make sure you reshare to Discord if you're not.
Oh, yeah, I will. Thank you.
This is good practice to bop back
yes,
and forth
it is
a little
for
bit.
the for Nacfagum and stuff. Okay, so World Map 1, what you're hearing now, this is very serviceable. Those clouds are going to part and move to the east and reveal more of the map as we start finishing stages. And you could just keep using this, but Jake refuses to do that. He just has new material every time. It's a cool variation on this. And we'll be hearing that shortly. But first, we have to fight King Knight. Let's go.
This is Pridemoor Keep. And this is the usurper, because he kicked out the king. We will see the king hiding in a basement in the town.
That's right.
And he'll give you a prize for winning back his castle. Although the funny thing is, it's not like you come back to the castle and the king's just like chilling here and everything's fine. Like,
no, in fact, the canon explanation for why he's gone is the king is sleeping with King Knight's mom.
That is... I did not know that. That's funny.
Yeah, the actual king starts like a relationship with King Knight's mom as part of the King Knight plot.
I mean, that's pretty good owning right there, right? That's like a your mom joke.
Correct, yes.
It's built in your mom joke.
So you just saw me destroy a checkpoint there? This game's gameplay big contribution to the platformer genre is kind of this Dark Souls style selection between having checkpoints and the ability to make a lot of money if you break them. But if I lose now, I have to start the entire stage over, and those spikes are one-hit kills.
Yeah. I like how those are like chandelier crowns.
Yeah, with little crosses on them.
Just
This
very
level,
tuneful
like-
melodies.
was gonna say the graphic design of this reminds me of like Wizards and Warriors 3.
Oh yeah, a little bit. The colors, that gold.
Yeah. Well, and the blockiness of it. You know, it's not like Wizards and Warriors 1. That had a different kind of schema to that last castle, although it's kind of similar to that. But then it became like a little bit more cartoony in the sequels.
Yep.
Yeah. Hi, Julianne.
Hi.
Hi, Julianne.
Hi. It's Julianne.
I'm in your Skype, creeping on your Skype, creeping on your Shovel Knight.
Oh, I need a background. Okay.
Yeah, all of ours go really pretty together, so.
Yeah, damn. Oh man.
Actually, I'm gonna
stressed
leave that.
out now.
On Wednesdays we wear pink. On Thursdays we have matching video game backgrounds.
Matching background.
I wore my matching hoodie and nobody's matching. Just saying.
Oh, mine's upstairs.
No, mine's so stanky. It's in the laundry.
It is a very infinitely wearable hoodie.
Yeah, I wear it all the time because we're not out of the. I still have the heat on. It's not warm. I wear this all the time.
Okay.
For the sake of
Night.
me not wanting to die on stream, I am not breaking a lot of checkpoints tonight, by the way.
It's fine.
I'm no more
You
an
don't
intruder
have
than
to-
you. You aren't even a real
Don't have to
king.
flex. What I like about this game is it's definitely challenging, but it's in a way that doesn't make me want to cry. You know, like
Yeah.
It's like okay, I can try that again. You know, like you learn very quickly, and it's not impossible execution. There's so many games that are just punishing hard, and of course I say that as somebody that doesn't think that of games that I practiced a lot as a kid, like the Nintendo hard. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But modern games that do that, I'm like, no.
Yeah. Right.
But I feel like this one is a nice, it's a nice skill level. You know, it feels like an achievement to get through everything, but you're not doing the same level 800 times to get through it.
Yeah, and if you don't break the checkpoints, they are very generous in terms of where they're placed.
Yeah, there's usually like 4 to 6 of them in a level, right?
Mm-hmm. If you want that money, though, you got to be really good.
Cash money. It rules everything around Shovel Knight. Up to a point, and then once you kind of get all the upgrades, then your money is just like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. There is like the final level of armor is just purely like for show, and you glitter as you move through.
Yes.
Like little sparkles come off you, and like
Beautiful.
it doesn't give you any bonus other than looking pretty.
This track feels almost like Ghosts and Goblins spooky to me.
But also Castlevania. Like it's definitely got some Castlevania-y bits.
Some sort of background now. I can move on with my life. This game sounds great. I love it. Yep. It's gonna learn the difference between Shovel Knight and Hollow Knight today.
It honestly took me a long time, and even after playing
Awful
this
night.
one, like I know which one I'm talking about, but I will often say the wrong one still.
Right. Like even when you know.
Even when
Hollow
I
Knight
know.
is really hard, and this game is not. That's how you can...
Well, yeah,
Right,
but
well, I don't trust
it does
you.
not stop me from mixing them in my head.
Everything's hard.
This feels
Everything
like
is hard.
DuckTales Transylvania. I love it, Andrew. DuckTales Transylvania. That's so good.
I agree with that, actually. And Jake, for what it's worth, is the composer for the DuckTales remake that we did on stream not too long ago.
That's right! I hadn't played this yet, so it hadn't connected in my head, but now it has.
This lightning mechanic is from Ninja Gaiden 2, Stage 3-1, by the way.
Oh, I hated this the first time I played this. I actually thought, Lish Knight, wait, what's her name?
Spectre Knight.
Spectre Knight. I actually thought Spectre Knight was one of the harder bosses on my first playthrough.
I can see that. Oh wait, we're gonna go this way.
Eventually, by the time I'd done like the Mega Man style boss rush later in the game, I was like, oh, okay, I finally kind of get her movement style, and then it wasn't so bad. So again, the game, like, I learned, I grew, I improved in my platforming.
So, gameplay tip there, to navigate that blind, I purposely left a gem because the collection of the money is visible.
Ah.
So I could know where I was based on when I got the money.
Also, yeah, these skeletons wearing weird crown things help weight down this platform, so you can kind of use that and then kick them around and use them to your advantage here.
There's a very difficult section coming up that uses those.
Yeah.
We're gonna wait one.
I definitely hear the ghosts and goblins in here. My head just instantly went to Castlevania when I played this, but I totally hear it.
See, and I hear the DuckTales a lot now that Andrew has said that. That's so smart.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a game of spot the references, like name the NES game, and there's probably something in here.
Not quite like Horus, but yeah.
Yeah, Horus is layered like across history, I think, more. This one is a lot more tied to one era of gaming. Also, Horus is making a lot of just general pop culture references. This one is much more like musically all drawing from the 8-bit era.
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
16-bit too, but
I'm just really enjoying the not wall meat.
yeah, I mean it's like wall roast chicken, right?
Just now it conveniently found outside of walls as well as within them.
That's true.
Come on.
Mostly in walls though.
I think they have like box chicken, there's like stairway chicken.
Yeah. Stairway to chicken.
Is there downstairs bread?
You gotta do laundry apparently to get the downstairs bread.
Okay.
I bet wall meat goes great on loot loaf. Thank you, Andrew.
Oh
for
yeah,
that
we're
callback.
just bringing it all back.
Loot.
Very good.
All that loot.
Andrew is the keeper of the lore of this stream.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Wait, if he's lore, who's data? Data.
I guess me, because my name sounds the closest.
Yeah. That's how you
Data and lore.
This is the legitimately difficult screen of the stage, by the way, to navigate all this in the dark blind.
Yeah, feel free to not talk and just do your thing, because I hated this part, so and now we get a nice attack point. That's nice, and for the boss there is always like a wall meat hanging out.
There is, yeah.
So that if you have to start back there, you can...
Spectre Knight, for the record, is my favorite of the 4 playable campaigns. And it actually has an all-new soundtrack. Almost no tracks are reused for Spectre Knight.
Yeah, I haven't played through those yet. I've only done our friend Chubby here, as I named him.
I agree with Dana that this one is harder than some of the other bosses, unless you really know what you're doing.
Yeah, you just have to... She has a couple... like any Mega Man thing, it's like they have a couple different movements that they do, and you just gotta learn what they all are. But I felt the swoops were kind of hard at the beginning. Like, already you're making a lot quicker work with her.
It's really hard once she
Once
blocks
she starts
the light.
doing this.
It's he, though, not she. I keep saying she. Alright.
Oh! I feel... yeah, I made that distinction as well, I guess I assume. The flowing cloak gave me, like, strong, like, Julianne at her defense vibes.
Yes.
Nice. So, every couple stages, and it turns out it's every stage that's about to move the world map. So the first stage, after you beat both bosses here, you have one of the dreams where you have to save Shield Knight again. And...
yeah, and this track bums me out.
This amazing descending but arpeggiated melody line is so good, though.
Oh, it's good. It's just depressing. It's like the low timbre and the slow, like, vibrato-y. I don't know. It feels so... so heavy. And yeah, you're like fighting this onslaught, and you can't even really fight all of them before she falls. Ugh. Such feels. Oh my gosh, I love that idea. Wearing the cape to a restaurant.
It will certainly be an event.
Nice. Alright, let's go to town now.
Yeah, okay.
Now that we have some money.
I do have at least 2 out of the 3 town themes, I think. Let me just make sure I have everything queued up.
Alright, hold on a second. I gotta fight this loser quick. Moving on the world map and having to fight people randomly comes to us from Bionic Commando, by the way. That's another NES reference for you. Which is also a Capcom game, and one I absolutely adore.
Where did my sound go?
Alright.
Why can't I hear anything?
I don't know. Can you hear me, Dana?
I can hear you on Skype, but like my Discord sound just like got weird.
Let
Okay,
me
Did you
stop
accidentally press the
streaming
mute button?
and
I don't
re-stream.
No.
Did you mute it? Oh.
Alright.
There we go.
Here's
okay,
town.
I don't know what that was.
I love this town theme, and this town design is straight out of Zelda 2.
Here's the bard.
Yeah,
Yay.
right. Where's Air? Oh my god, that horse.
Yeah, the horse.
I love the horse wearing a dress. Curtsying.
Watch the goat at the bottom for an idle animation. He eats his paper.
Oh my gosh. Now I have to see this. Things I messed up. I was always enchanted with the potion maker and how she's like swirling everything around.
Yeah, the potion maker
Now
is like a magical super bartender over here.
Now I have to watch him eat the paper. Come on, man, do it. Come on, goat.
Give him a minute.
Go, 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 go. Go, go.
That's pretty good.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, and you buy meal tickets. And then you get stronger.
Sushi. Alright.
Do the meals change? I don't remember. I feel
Yeah,
like
there's
they
5
might.
different meals you can get.
And now we have lots of friends. Oh, talk to the frog. Talk to the frog, please.
I will in a minute.
The frog, all he does is give you bad puns. For, like,
Yep,
the
he's a
end
bad
game.
pun frog.
And if you listen to enough of them, you get an achievement.
Vishnu, I know things
Wow.
are tough, but don't throw in the trowel.
Ah,
Shh, that King Knight. You give him an inch, he thinks he's a ruler.
ah.
One more.
These are better than I thought they'd be.
I traveled with some horse
Alright.
adventures, they're also negative.
Okay, that's about the level I thought they'd be.
I'm gonna take one of these so we can go see the dance. Alright. Here's the king, by the way. Here he's just depressed.
I love when the text does that. That's really
Huzzah! Yes, absolutely. We have to, it seems like a waste of time, but for plot reasons, we have to go visit Mona.
Yeah, she has a fun theme.
She does.
Oh dang.
Little mini game.
Oh man, it's just like this gives me Grant Kirkhope vibes.
Probably intentionally, right? Oh my gosh, I also wish I could have wiggly text in articles and book chapters. Yes, welcome any OSU folk. Happy to have you.
238 points. Oh yeah, I'm not watching the chat anymore. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, we have other folks that are also annoyed that the class is not starting properly.
Yep.
Yeah, luckily folks emailed though, because I mean the way I found out the class had been listed was students being like, "Hey, what's happening?" And me going, what class? So I was able to start sending some.
There's an achievement for stealing this kid's hoop and bouncing on it for 30 seconds, which I think is hilarious. But we're not gonna get it. Okay. Onward. Oh wait. We'll do this first. Ha ha ha. This is the best.
Oh, Julianne, don't the Ohio me. Don't you dare. Oh, I love the Triple King.
The Triple
He's a trout,
King.
a trouble. He's a trout and an apple mixed.
Trouble.
See, he's got a little like,
thruple.
stem with a
Just
leaf
aid me.
coming out of his back.
The Oregon
That's
State.
ridiculous and
And
adorable.
he gives you like magic potions, but also he dances for you. And his theme is this delightful little waltz.
Yep, hold on, here we
I
go.
only ever use the red eye for. Yes, I love this theme.
Look how cute.
This is out of Link's Awakening where you have to do Mamu's quest.
This is so cute, though. Oh,
How about that retardondo in there, y'all?
this
Now
makes
this
me
is
so
the water level
happy.
waltz.
I'm just so happy watching this.
This is like epitome of fish water level waltz stuff. Yes, this is Ludomusicology.
I love this track.
It's so Straussy too. Like it is so perfectly a waltz.
Yeah.
The choreography is the equal of the music here as well.
There's something about this that feels very Mary Poppins-y.
That area for sure. As Plague Knight, if you visit the Triple King, he hates you because you're a villain. And instead of like shooting his little squirty stuff into the glass, he like
Ew.
he spills it all over you, and that's where you change your outfit in the Plague Knight campaign.
That's funny.
Well,
Alright.
what is the stuff
Mole Knight now.
there?
Oh, Mole Knight. This is my other favorite track in the game.
Yeah, this is a really good one.
We might open that. I don't have a transcription of this one, but we do have the MSF, so we may pull this one up.
Yeah, let's after I finish it. This is not the easiest stage. I'm gonna talk little.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't love this stage. I just love the track. We have these weird like radioactive dung beetles. I don't know what are these guys.
Right? Nobody knows.
Synchronized fishies.
It's actually faster to take the top route, but I was nervous.
Yeah, I get that. This is my favorite. If you listen to the, I think it's the expansion, the little commentary happening in the softer register.
Ooh.
Yeah, this will be a fun one to open up in Tracker. I'll check while we're going here and see which level this is, or which number it is.
Sounds good.
This one is underlying problems. It's number 13. Then I can open the right thing. The one thing with NSF import for those that use it is, you know, the NSF is like one big thing. And a program like Audio Overload, you can just scroll through all the tracks. But for FamiTracker, you have to import the individual track number. So you can't just like click next. So I have to re-import it every single time.
Right.
Not a big deal, because most of the time I'm working on it, you know, track by track. But just a little fun thing. Okay. Listen to myself, make sure it's the right one. Yeah, that's it. Excellent. Cool, so that's all ready when we need it. Also, the transcriptions that I am using of Leonardo Gamma, Leo 10 Gamma, he has an adorable cat on his GitHub page. So Also from Toronto, apparently. So very cool. Oh my gosh, Pete. D&D based on Mega Man, can I join? I haven't played D&D since high school, but, you know, I could relearn.
Alright, I'm gonna try fancy things, so I'm taking this checkpoint.
I can't wait to see what Fancy Things is in the context of this level. I love that learning, the teaching mechanic there. You're like, wait, how do I get up there? Oh, I can actually shovel the goo over.
Right.
And do things with it. And then this one, the timing is real weird. Because you have to get it onto the device, onto the platform. Oh. Well, normally you get it onto the platform so that when it slides, like, under the thing, it knocks off the goo and then the platform below it turns green. Ryan did the fancy way, and I'm impressed. So. Also,
Ryan
these guys,
is
you gotta be
fancy.
careful. This is another one that, like, you'll learn real quick, because one hit destroys the whole platform. So if you're, like, downward shoveling, you have to come out of it.
Right. So yeah, normally you cannot undo the down thrust unless you swing. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna be taking this one too.
I'll have canvas by tomorrow. I mean, that was the hope based on some of the people I talked to, is that we would have site access tomorrow, but we'll see.
Nope, not enough. I tried to be fancy. You can double punch through that bird and land on the platform if you're perfect. But the checkpoint's right there. We'll do it the normal way. We'll just call that a health refill.
Just such catchy melodies. I mean, anybody that wanted to get into, like, chip tuning, it would just be like, here, study some of these. Like,
Right.
Yeah, for
all
sure.
of the fundamentals are here, you know? There are composers that are more about writing good melody. There are composers that do a lot with timbre and, like, instrumentation changes, and, you know, folks that focus more on, like, rhythmic complexity, but, like, he does it all. It's just like every single skill is so solid.
Very enjoyable. I am very much enjoying just listening.
Yeah, it's so fun. This is one that I often I would say I would pull it up when I'm driving. I don't do a lot of driving anymore, but
Yeah.
the rare occasions that I'm, like, going to pick up my my grocery orders,
Right.
I'll, like, listen to a couple tracks from this. I've also been on a messenger kick, because it
We're
goes
gonna get
well
back
with
to
that.
that.
Aw, thanks for saying I do a fantabulous job, Karen.
Yay.
Hopefully it will be fantabulous.
It'll be fantabulous.
All right. Did you want to open the NSF for this one?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'll mute Shovel Knight here. We'll skip the, There's no actual dream sequence. It just fades and wakes up again. This is a normal stage here.
Oh, the Hades soundtrack. That's a great one. Okay,
Hades
you seen it?
soundtrack's so good. I will in a moment. I'm still waiting on Shovel Knight to finish loading here before I start checking things.
Makes sense.
Okay, now, let me add the source back.
Explodatorium.
Oh, the Explodatorium is fun. Plague Knight. That's
Yeah,
one
we
of
see
the Matsumaya tracks.
Yep,
Okay,
Plague
cool.
Knight's the first one of those.
So, just like I did before, I like showing the teams. So, like, let's do a little bit of, like, listening to the teams.
Dana's right. This sounds fine. But the magic is in the doubling that the other side does.
Oh, but that sawtooth. Listen to that.
Watch the fast patterns. Again, NES side first, VRC side second.
And just for fun, if I take out these guys. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that sawtooth bass line kills me.
That's awesome. It's so good.
Yep.
And especially if you just have those bass lines together. Of course, the whole thing. Ah! But yeah, if we just look at this, like, we've got some, like, octave designations in the 2s, and sometimes even lower than that. So, like, some real depth here, implying that it's like this underground diggy level, right? And
Yeah.
we have some echoey stuff happening between the square ones, and it's just so good. And that, again, that just like the sawtooth expanding out that bass line from the triangle. I love this track.
Yeah, that's really good.
Anyway,
Right, back to the
enough
game.
gush. Switch back over.
Alright, Plague Knight
Yeah,
is next.
this is fun.
This is one of the two Maname Natsume tracks.
And this one, we'll look at notation for this one and the NSF, because listen to this opening.
I love the chromaticism here.
I love me some good upbeats. Oh crap. Can't stop dancing. Ooh.
I love this part. But the part that's after this gives me a GA vibe. We're coming up on that. Right here.
That's an absolute illusion.
Which makes sense because it's Plague Knight, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should have thrown this in my paper earlier today.
There's no time.
And I
Apologies
love
for
that,
taking
you know,
it a little bit slowly here. I really don't want to be reverse impaled on stream.
We are
Especially 'cause
jamming.
you
We are
destroyed one of
enjoying
the
it.
checkpoints, so.
Also, the visual aesthetics of this are so cool looking. Like, now I'm actually looking. I was just listening before. So I was just jamming out.
Yeah, and I love that, Plague Knight has, like, the Plague Doctor mask. He's real creepy looking. Also, I love this guy. Buy my thing! He's got that shopkeeper dance. A little bit.
He
Nice.
does.
It's not quite the back and forth, but it's more of a, hey, buy my thing.
He's Fonzie.
Yeah!
No, we don't want to break that checkpoint. No, thank you.
Pissed.
We can't get that anymore. That's okay.
Yeah, so again, this track was Was it a collaboration or was it entirely by Matsumae?
This is entirely by her as far as I know.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So we could not be clearer about the roots in like the Capcom Konami style of composition, because we actually have Konami Matsumae contributing this and another track to the game. And of course Matsumae worked on Mega Man and Mega Man 2. And 10 also. I'm trying to think of other Mega Mans. I think it's just those, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. But also, I mean, as I'm looking through, 1943, Final Fight, Dynasty, the first Dynasty Wars.
Yeah, she does a lot of Capcom's in-house stuff from that era.
Yeah. Ooh, a 1992 Looney Tunes game. That could be fun. Adventures of Lolo. There we go. I was like, there's one that I'm missing that's like really, really cool. Adventures of Lolo.
Fireman.
We should do that.
We should do that
The Adventures
one.
of
And
Lolo
honestly,
is one of the only franchises where I physically hurled a cartridge across the room. Not gonna lie.
It's your Zelda too?
Yeah, because I'm not smart enough. Have you played that game?
No.
It's an IQ test. I swear to God, you could use it as an IQ
It
test.
is definitely an IQ test. If we did that, I would want to get Rob Kovacs 88-bit on, because he has like a whole suite. He's arranged the entire like Adventures of Lolo game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
them.
that's awesome.
I bet he would stream with us too.
I'll bet so.
And maybe even play some of it for us. Wouldn't that be cool? Be like, here, play your arrangement.
Right, yes, Plague
at
Knight
Plague
in the
Knight.
Renaissance medical mask is awesome. And
Alright,
Plague
right.
Knight's controls, because he's one of the 3 playable bosses, is outrageous. We'll come back to Shovel Knight's other campaigns some other week. First, we have to fight him, though.
And yeah, there's the remixes again. I'm not talking too much about, how material gets remixed, because I think it's pretty clear. And like, I've never really worked on remixes either, so like I don't think I have anything smart to say other than, hey look, the themes are back. But they're different.
We can talk about how I'm absolutely getting my butt kicked by him.
The period at the end of ha does sound sarcastic.
Ha
Like ha ha.
ha ha.
I did that with no hits remaining on me
Deadpan.
to go. Yes. Feeling good about
That
that.
was good. You were like right hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we wanted to look at that one, didn't we?
Yes. We do not yet have enough money to go to town number 2, though, so I need to do one more stage, yeah, sadly.
Let me figure out what the heck Where's Plague Knight? Player's Phantomony, that is 33. Okay, import. Okay, so yeah, whenever you're ready. And then share screen. Actually, let's start with the...
Wait, are we looking at the NSF here? Or the music?
I was thinking music first this time.
What do you
Let me
have
just
shared
pull it
right
up.
now is what I'm asking you, sorry.
Oh, nothing yet.
Okay.
I just need to do it. Okay, here we go. Explodatorium. Also, I love that it's called the Explodatorium. That just makes me so happy.
Yes,
Okay.
there's good jokes about that in the Plague Knight campaign as well.
Okay, got it. Oh wait, did I share sound? I don't think I hit share sound. Share sound. Switch. Okay. So Julianne, you were right about the offbeats. I mean, obviously, but
Being
I
awesome.
love that. I love that it's just this like cluster of descending things. So again, obviously the timbres aren't,
Yeah, the syncopation here is
Perfect.
killer, though. Oh, we're not hearing it.
Oh. No. Okay, we'll stop sharing. We'll try it again. Share screen. Share sound. Do do do.
You can hear it, but not see it on stream now. Oh, never mind. Keep it going. I got it. So, what makes this sound like Jake didn't write it is my central question for everybody. This is the happiest DSE Ray I've ever heard, by the way.
I like it.
There's our loot point.
And there's our loot point. Yeah, so I love so many bits of this. Of like where to start. I really enjoy the way we start layering up the sweeps, like starting in this middle section.
Yeah, for sure.
Like first it's mostly just here, right? And then we've got the sawtooth kind of doubling our square one. But then it starts getting more elaborate. We get obviously everybody the all-in sweep. And the way that he does that echo effect with the channel volumes is so good. And then we get like, okay, everybody is much more active. We get that pulsed, bass line here in square two, and then we get these folks.
Yeah, the bass goes insane at the bottom.
Yeah, so I love that we've got like our kind of droney thing, and then we've got our like what I like to call quasi-burialage, right, where we're kind of going against like the same bass notes. And then we have like a true arpeggiated sweep in all of that. And then on top of all of that, we've got like this awesome little dissonant like D-A-C-R-A-E moment up top. It's just so cool.
I like
so
it.
Smart. So,
Yeah.
I don't want to close that yet. But I do want to switch screen to Family Tracker.
Wow.
Do we see it?
We do.
Cool. And if I play, oh, maybe it's a little further. Yeah. So we have these guys are kind of paired. So that's like a cross team pairing here.
Yeah.
Oh, you take that one sweep out, it's no fun.
What's interesting here, though, is that unlike Jake's approach to the VRC6, where it's team left side versus team right side, here it's channels, the middle channels on each are paired, and the outer channels on each are paired, right? And those are the two opposing sides of the composition.
Right, so yeah, instead of what I was saying earlier, where like square one, square two triangle, and then square one, square two sawtooth, we have sawtooth and square one, and then like the middle channel. Square two, I think, is actually doing a lot of baseline work with triangle, and then square two and square one. So yeah, we're like mixing our friends here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've seen a couple like cross chip things, but in general, they're conceptualized kind of as two sets that we can play with. And in this case, we're going based on similar function, I guess. But the sawtooth, I think, is the most versatile of the things he's doing. So, like, it seems to me, just from my cursory look through the NSF, that, like, the sawtooth is the one that kind of bats for all of the teams.
Nice.
And there's
Awesome.
many teams. There's like 5 or 6 teams. You know?
There's so
But
many teams.
So many teams.
So many
The 21st century.
Right,
It's
let's keep
like,
moving onward
it's
here.
not baseball, it's some other. It's Blurns Ball, right?
Nice.
It's a Futurama Blurns Ball game.
Put some back.
All right.
That's too many teams.
All right, we're going to deviate here. We're going to fight this optional boss. This is part of the Kickstarter campaign. These folks paid thousands of dollars to have their original character inserted into the game. So now he's an optional boss you can fight. There's 3 or 4 characters like this.
If I had the money. Yes.
They did some smart ways of like making the Kickstarter folks like some genuinely good content instead of just being like, here's your name.
Yes, they
Right.
did. And in fact, the
Yeah.
sequel campaigns go on to develop these characters and fully integrate them into the lore of the Shovel Knight saga as well.
That's so cool.
Like it's just a
Yeah.
beautifully done. I mean, there is still like the wall of names aspect. There's actually like a hall of champions that's haunted, but it's a playable level. And like all all the pixel portraits are, you know, presumably of the people that gave.
They
us
are
this
people
amount
who
of
paid
money.
to be in the Hall of Champions, that's correct.
Right.
Huh.
So like it's a cool way to be in the game instead of just having your name where somebody might not look at all the names.
Also, kudos to the inventor of this original character, because Boomerang Kid is amazing.
If a little annoying to fight, right?
Okay, I'm not in love with him now, yes.
Yeah.
So cool. Wait, no. I hate him so much. This feels very Avatar. Last Airbender Avatar.
I agree with that, yeah.
Oh yeah, looking back, I love the Wind Quartet. Yeah, Keith Brown. So Takashi Tateishi did Mega Man 2, but Matsumae like worked with Tateishi on some of the tracks. So it's not the entire score is credited mostly to Tateishi, and I will pull up what tracks Matsumae did.
We quickly are going to do this stage as well, just because I need cash, and Dana likes this track, so we're going
I
to listen
do
to it one
love
more time.
this track. Yeah, so just to clarify, yes, Takashi Tateishi is a main credited Mega Man 2 person. But the way that both Konami and Capcom did their games, they had all of these staff composers, and so there is some interplay where folks sometimes uncredited worked on different tracks.
Oh, just a
things
hair
like
too
that.
long. F. Alright, fine. I'm mad now. This is supposed to save time, not take up extra. It's good though. Keeping me honest.
At least I'm hoping stuff is listed. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Video Game Music Preservation Wiki. You are one of my favorites. Manami Matsumae did the opening and the game start tracks. And then those were then rearranged by Tateishi. So I think that's why Tateishi might be the only one credited. But also the Airman stage lead, like just the lead line, and then some of the sound effects. So, just to be clear. Yeah, I got to meet Tateishi at MagFest, and it was awesome because
I'm so jealous.
obviously, like, very
yeah.
popular, right? There was a whole meet and greet where, like, the lines
Yeah.
were hours long, and I just happened to recognize him in the hallway. And then I went up to him, and I was just like, I've loved your music since I was little. You know, not creepy, right?
Like when I cried when I met Nobuo Uematsu, and I didn't think I would.
Oh,
Right.
I'm
I don't know
stuck.
why I didn't think I would.
We have to fight another side boss here. And this is Baz. He is a unused character in the development of Street Fighter 2. And for that reason, he also shows up in Dive Kick. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know, but I suspect that it's Adam, who A, made Dive Kick, and B, I'm assuming who paid to have Baz put in this game. But I don't know that. That's just sheer speculation on my part. He wants to join the Order of No Quarter and got rejected. I love that as his backstory. Again, because he was rejected from Street Fighter 2, now he's rejected here.
And actually, the meeting Tati, she was like really like extra vulnerable because I decided I was gonna tell him I loved his music in Japanese and then apologize for my terrible Japanese. So yeah, I'm like walking up like, you know, and his response was, "Do you want to take a picture? Thumbs up." And I was like, "Yes." So the picture of us doing thumbs up. And I've like never felt cooler in my whole life.
I would have loved that.
Harmonies.
Yeah, this boss fight's
And
good.
they're done.
Sorry, I could not stop for a single second there.
I
wanted to
couldn't
continue
be anywhere.
to remain alive
They're
here.
just so good. Yeah, I know, I understand.
The Goomph.
Wah.
Is the best wiki. It's my favorite like individual thing, Wikipedia, that exists because it's it has all of this type of stuff where it's like, okay, the game may be credited to one person, but this person, like, you know, from reading interviews and just like gleaning knowledge. Oh, this is the other track that Matsumai.
Yes, this is the other Matsumai track. You can kind of tell the two chromatic tracks here.
Yeah. I have a transcription of this one that we can look at. I think timbrally I hear the water level in this. Like,
I hear a little bit of ice,
There's this
even though we're
mid-range
not at ice level. It's the high pitch.
we have an ice level. Well,
Oh, okay.
there is an ice level later.
Yeah, there is.
I think it's because the lead is kind of in a mid-range that like it reads as more underwater to me. Ice level I would expect more you know, very low and then very high kind of crystalline timbre.
Like
That's right. I had a class a couple years ago decide that ice levels have the melody line at least a full octave and a half removed from the bass.
Yeah, I think that's really solid.
Yeah, you can't have... Literally
And
solid.
And again, like, you could do it another way, but I think we just have so many examples where that's the case. Yeah, that was... I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay.
That was like the coolest moment of Magfest. Whoa, did your game, like, freeze for a moment there?
No, I just thought for sure I was gonna eat it.
Freeze.
But I did okay. We're fine.
I know I have this one. This is 1,000 Leagues Below. And...
Yeah.
Oh.
Here in your treasure chest you find a boss. You did poorly.
I don't have a transcript for that one. I thought I did.
Oh my
I
gosh.
thought this boss
Hold
was
on.
obnoxious as all get out. I love that the track actually ends before it loops. That's just such like a rare thing.
Yeah, right.
This boss
This is
can
very
suck at
Mega
that
Man
game.
meets like Stinger.
Stinger's a good reference.
What's that guy doing? Chester? Chester.
Right, he's the guy in the
Like, always
chest.
hanging
That's
out
right.
there. Level.
So now
Yeah,
the game
you
here
can
admits
hold
it
up
rips
there.
off Castlevania. This stage's power-up is Simon Belmont's axe.
Yeah. And the axe is wonderful.
You know, I was of two minds on whether or not I should even break that one, but it's worth a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, and it's because some of the stuff after this is obnoxious, so...
I know.
Yeah, we haven't really been getting a lot of the
Hey,
sheet music.
you're supposed to ride this over and teach you about these rocket platforms. Check this out. Oh no, I missed it. Oh, come on, hold on.
Ha!
I did it in test mode here, hold on. Oh, and it's gone now. You can't do it again. I have to do it the normal way. You only get one shot at that. You can hit it and then bounce off of it in midair and hit the ladder right away if you're perfect, which apparently I'm not tonight.
Body swap. Wait, what's body swap?
Hold on, I'm not dead yet. Oh, but I am there. When I hit the button, I died. Alright, fine.
I saw what you were trying to do, and I was like, if he pulls this off, I will be very impressed.
Switch to the phase locket.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, now I gotta do the annoying fish boss again. I'm so mad. Okay. Oh no, Chester's right there. Sweet. Does that mean there's no fish boss and I can just peace out over here? Oh, well.
Not if you miss the platform.
Rude.
I got thrown off by not having to fight the fish. It was weird for me.
If you didn't have the money to get the upgrade, you do have to fight the fish boss again.
Oh, if I had not bought the upgrade.
I know because I sucked at that part and had to do it so many times.
Huh. Well, good to know, I guess.
Is the knack program schedule out yet?
No.
No. We're working on it.
I know.
We've been, you know, as usual, there's like so many things that are just like, oh, of course those pair together, and then there's always those couple papers that you're like, these are great, but like, they kind of don't go with anything. So it's always like, okay, where do you put them so that like it has a nice conceptual. I like Karen, but Karen had an idea to just kind of have them as like one-offs and not have to put them in a session.
I like one-offs.
I think
Why
that's really smart.
sessionize everything?
And
Honestly,
Pete,
it never occurred to me.
under no circumstances should Pete be apologizing right now. Julian can wait.
I'll do it right now, Keith. I'm just not supposed to be
Take that,
cheese, but I
Julian.
like Keith better.
Pete, why are you doing geese?
Geese!
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 I knew I should have aimed at it. I saved this
I'll
checkpoint
do right now,
intentionally.
the
That
geese.
jump is very tough.
Yes. Mess with the honk, you get the bonk, right? I'm playing with Goose Game.
Nice.
I had to rewatch that Goose Game video of mine because I gave like a guest lecture where we actually watched it and then discussed it. And I stand by that. That thing turned out fun.
The knack program lightning talk?
Yeah.
So good.
It's perfect for a guest lecture too because it's 10 minutes, so it's like very doable to do that and then just like talk about life. Because that one we ended up going into, you know, the WC stuff, but also just sort of like what do video game music scholars even do? And all of these, you know, random topics, questions, and some of them. I know in Pete's class and some of the other ones we got into like, how do I transcribe things? Things like that. Which has been fun. It's always fun to talk about that.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I'm turning, I have almost all my grades in. I have a couple more that I'm going to turn in tomorrow morning, but...
Wow, that was fast. Of you.
For my grades? Well,
Yeah.
They had their final project due last Wednesday, and then they had the final presentations last night. So, like, I had already seen material, and I kind of graded them together anyway. Like, I didn't enter any grades before they did their presentation. I didn't want them to be distracted by there being grades for things, although, yeah,
That makes
like,
sense.
pretty much everybody aced it. I mean, the way I do projects very, like, you can't really procrastinate because you are having to do little pieces of it the entire semester.
Yeah.
So by the end of it, it's like nobody has an excuse to failed, and if they did, it's my fault for not saying something way earlier, you know? Like, I should be able to catch it months ago.
There we go.
Oh, I'm so glad, Pete. I actually meant to text Angie, and then this week turned into a dumpster fire. And so I wasn't able to ask how the rehearsal on Monday went, because I know they were recording today. I'm so glad to hear that.
So cool.
Nice. Alright, section 2 of 3 sections is done now.
Okay.
There's only 3 stages left in this game. But the way everything is presented makes it feel longer than it actually is.
Oh, so good.
The same thing happens, by the way, whether she hits the ground, whether you catch her. It all just is, the meaning is what you make of it there, which I really like. And I hope that guy moves out of my way. We are going to go get my health very quickly. Sorry I'm not having the best playing night here. Need help.
So, quickly, we should talk about what happens with the town theme.
Oh yeah, it changes.
3 different times.
Yep.
What? Cool.
They're actually 3 different tracks, but it sounds like you're getting, like, inside it's a little muted, and then down underground it's even less.
Right here,
populated.
there's a channel missing.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
when we go left, the bass will come back.
And then when you go up, it sounds...
Oh, yeah.
But then when he goes outside... Right? How smart is that?
That's fun.
Also, I love this. This is the, like, armorer village.
Yeah, this is the armory area.
With the airship. It's so good. And also there's a chicken.
And also Mr. Hat.
Always good.
Though we do not have enough money to do the Mr. Hat quest yet. I don't know that we will tonight.
This one?
Alright. Oh yeah, here's the Hall of Champions. Shortcut, question mark. But we are actually going to,
I was gonna say, Hall of Champions musically isn't as interesting as some of these other guys. This is a fun one.
This is a fun one. I'm really just wanting to do Propeller Night next. The Propeller Night track is effing great.
Yes.
But first we have Black Knight 2. Notice how the Tower of Fate, again, is larger still, right? We're closer and closer every time the planes appear.
The 16-bit evil laugh. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a great laugh. It's kind of Kafka-y, like, right? Like it's got a similar, like, it's obviously not as low, but it's got the, like, 3 kind of parts to it.
Yeah. Once you get the charged strike, he goes down really fast, though.
Yeah.
Run away, Black Knight. Let's go to do Propeller Knight's theme next. Because it's so good, and...
This is just a killer pop tune.
Yeah, it is. Oh, they don't do the thing. Okay. This level design feels very Mega Man to me.
Yeah.
More than the other stages in the game do.
I mean, it's totally owing at least some debt to like Airman, right?
Right.
Conceptually, and I love the C section. Great melody in here.
That pitch bend down is glorious.
Yeah, where is Sean Atkinson for this airship team?
Nice.
We always say that. We're like, where's Sean? Where's Sean? Sean is one of those people that we reference a lot on the stream. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Has Sean ever streamed with us?
I think maybe once.
I feel like maybe once, but maybe I'm just imagining it because the name, because we bring up his name all the time.
Right.
Right.
Another
Okay.
annoying boss.
Very
I love how
annoying
it's like three little dudes though, in their tiny airship, and they're all pedaling to keep it in the air. Like it's a very cute sprite, but it's an obnoxious boss to fight.
It's not so bad if you knock his own bomb back to him.
Yeah, I mean that's the they hope you'll get there strategy. But yeah, I was astonished at my final project for my music and disability seminar, y'all. Like,
Sounded cool from your tweets.
Oh.
Alone.
Just saying we don't need to do final papers. Some of you, that's just not what you do. I want you to do things that are relevant to your life. And I mean, the amount of work some of these people did, where they're like, oh, it started as I was just going to do this one thing, and then I turned it into this massive thing. It's like, I wouldn't have gotten that if it was just paper, you know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
my conductors had this whole, like, I'll do a score study, maybe design a program. The one was a wind band conductor, and the other was a choral conductor. And both of them turned them into these massive projects. The wind band person wrote a paper with analysis that was like as good as any like music theorist or musicologist that I've seen.
Nice. That's
I mean,
awesome.
it was just a glorious John Mackey paper, and also like not enough work on like wind band literature in general. So I was like, this is awesome. And it's a very personal piece that Mackey wrote about his mother's process with Alzheimer's. So very heavy piece. Beautiful analysis, and then built this whole program around it. And even just like the program component and like the conductor's note and everything, like that would have been enough for the final project, but then there was the paper on top of it with this like glorious analysis of the piece. And the presentation was killer. And then the choral conductor did a similar thing where it was like, I'm gonna look at this piece, and then it turned into this whole like, okay, so if I had like a community chorus and I did this like outreach program, because there was also some pieces in there relating to like Alzheimer's, and it was like, okay, so what if as part of the chorus we did like a residency with a hospice, and like he had even found one in the area, and like, I mean, it was this whole like making it not just we learn a piece. And instead we engage with people, and we bring, you know, some real talk into this, and we do some sessions in the community, and like everyone was just like open mouthed the whole time. It was so good. And then
That's awesome.
The performers too. The performers were like, a lot of them were just like, I learned this piece that, you know, either thematizes disability or is by a composer. And they just recorded themselves in their apartments and whatever, and they were glorious. I mean, the performances were unbelievable. So we had 3 of those. It was just like, I'm
That's so
gushing.
cool.
It was so good.
Oh,
It was so
whoa. I didn't realize the fans were that good. Okay.
The fans are too
Fans. Pose for the fans.
There we go. I need to hit that. Hold on.
good. Ooh, I like private dark corners of anonymity. Corners of anonymity sounds like
That's
a
cool.
conceptual like metal album.
Yes, it does.
This section with fixed change in gravity is real hard.
I hate it. I actually hate this level, even though I like the theme. And I had to replay it once to get all the music, the sheet music, and I hated it every time.
I'm about to die. Yep.
That's really nice, Pete. I just had this thought, you know, after teaching the online pedagogy course last summer for Ohio State for their grad students about, like, we talked about things like ungrading and like alternatives to just doing a summative final paper, and it just got me thinking, like, so many performers are just, you know, they say that writing a paper is like pulling teeth, and it's not like you don't want people to write ever, but I just thought, what if, like, the writing was more like for a lecture recital, so that they could, like, present stuff to us to then just play. So everybody did do some kind of, like, written component, but yeah, it wasn't just like a paper that somebody wasn't as invested in. I don't know. It was awesome, and like I said, people did way more work than I think a lot of them would have if it had just been here's a prompt,
Right,
for the
here's the
paper.
final. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to continue to do similar things even in my undergrad classes, which, you know, I invite, it's like masochistic maybe to be like, hey, 150 students, you know, undergrad class, you can do any kind of assignment you want for your final. But in that one, I do give them like a lifeline, like if you just don't want to do your own thing, like you have the freedom to do so, but I'll also have a paper topic available.
Oh no.
That to be the best way to. Oh, I hate fighting this guy too. Although he's a fencer and he looks real cool, but his stage is obnoxious.
This whole thing is tough. I'm glad I have the checkpoint here. I want to do Polar Night before we end though, so I have to finish this one now.
I know, Polar Night.
At least my money's right here, he's right here, it's fine.
Yeah, he's like, guard, and stabby. And then he has the other airship come and bomb you, like, dude, where's my other airship?
Whoa. That's never happened to me before.
Oh, where he shoots you up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. This is the hardest boss, I think, in the game, for what it's worth.
Y'all are saying nice things to me in the chat, and, like, I have to remind you that I'm hormonal. So, y'all are gonna make me cry.
There we go, get wrecked.
Yeah, Pete, go ahead. Please do your work.
Skip this because it's not a big dream sequence. Alright. One of 3 locks is now done. Yeah, move out of the way. I don't want to fight an optional character right now. I want to go to Polar Night. Listen to this.
Is fun. So we can talk about, we heard Icy before, but now...
That's super icy.
Honestly, though, this is not the iciest ice level I've ever heard.
It's because
What's
it's
the
very low
temperature?
pitched for melody.
Yeah, the low pitches give me some lava, honestly.
Like, we have little icy sparkles up top, right?
Yeah.
But they're decorative. The main melody is a little bit cool. It's like cool in the like, it's awesome sense. It's not cool as in timbre.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just got those little like sweeps and like the little swoops up. And so it has like a neat attitude to it. But honestly, this one, I hear like... I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what games this is giving me vibes of.
Nope, don't need the chest.
Like the opening, I feel like it kind of runs me Castlevania.
Yeah.
This section doesn't though.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very eclectic.
Like right here, this part's kind of Castlevania-y.
Right.
I love how you make this like griffin thing throw up rainbows, and that's how you travel.
That's what I want my next car to be.
A griffin that throws up rainbows.
Sure.
Yeah, legit.
My other car is a griffin.
Alright, I'm gonna try something. You're supposed to maneuver that rainbow thing,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
but
Look
we're
at
not doing
you.
that. We're gonna save time.
Look at you, man. Roy G. Bark. Yeah. Bravo.
I had to make up the time from dying on Propeller Night somehow. There we go. I'll take my checkpoint here, though. Because this next section's hard.
Wait, Andrew, you tell other people that they are not as cool as us? Did I read this wrong?
Don't trash talk people on our behalf. Me and Julianne like that part.
Aww. Everyone's so nice. Yeah, I think you'll find some harpsichord stands here in the... I agree that there's the sharpness of the attack is just
Oh,
so
that's a death.
satisfying.
Well, that's why we take checkpoints, even though I'm really mad about it. Die! How did that even happen? Where was I? Here. That's how it happened to Wolf got me. Well, it won't happen again. Because we're gonna leave that wolf trapped like a loser.
Is this guy Polar Knight?
Yeah, this is Polar Knight.
Is that Polar Knight? Yeah, that's his name? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I had to have my, like, quote of the stream. I really ought to come up with a hashtag to sort all of those together, like, so that I can pull them up and have lols. I never use a hashtag on Twitter, but I'm like, I always tweet something ridiculous every week.
I was pretty pleased with my pun
That's
this
always
week.
good.
Yeah, that was good. And the funny thing was, I just saw that you had tweeted, and I was like, oh, streams, you know, whatever, and I tweeted it, and then I read it, and I was like, wait, I have to now, like, quote tweet.
This section is weirdly stupid. Do you guys see how this mechanic works? The ice falls almost instantaneously.
Yeah, but you have to, like, get right up to it before it'll fall.
Right.
You have to, like, almost jump on it and then knock it down, right? I don't think... Well,
Yeah,
even
you
if it's
have to
just
physically
side-
touch it.
Yeah. It's so annoying. Also those like polar wizards. Yeah, Karen, how you said it went great, right? And that the one after you was canceled, and everybody just like kept talking about yours.
Wait, it went really, really well. Sorry, I'm really tired. I'm so freaking tired.
It's all good, Karen.
Yeah, the one in between us got canceled, so I just went second instead of third, and we just kept chatting, and it was great. Like, people were really interested.
That's so good.
It's like all of a sudden, there's a whole bunch of medievalists that are gonna be looking for your work.
Yay.
People out there that want video game music stuff, and it was it was a great conversation. Yeah, but if anybody's interested in what I'm talking about these days with medievalism, let me know. It was good. It'll be a book chapter this summer.
Be proud of me.
That was really good. I love his giant snow shovel.
Yes, I love that Polar Knight is using a big ass snow shovel.
like, did you buy that at Lowe's, buddy?
And did you catch the dialogue between them? Shovel Knight is like, "You forgot the oath," like all people who use shovels are shovel knights.
Right. Yeah.
All right, one more here. Clean up.
I read it as work home from too. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad that wasn't just me.
Not just you.
Oh, listen how fun this track is. It's like Tinkerer Night.
This one feels the most Contra of any of the tracks to me. But we're definitely borrowing from the Konami side, not the Capcom side for this track.
And the little like machiny, tinkery sounds in the back.
I like how chiptune music can really map onto a lot of different senses of texture and like here it's sort of like the mechanical versus like temperature and other kinds of tactile sort of sensations.
Absolutely.
And still be like super awesome sounding. Like it's not so generic in that way. Just because it can map onto a lot of different things. Just awesome.
Yeah, and for I'm thinking back to like some of the really early like film music stuff I read that sort of attacks when the music is like relying on the image or like almost like it doesn't stand on its own, like those types of attacks. And you look at something like this and you're like, yes, but I can play a lot, and Ryan does, right? Play like certain types of music for his undergrads and have them guess like what type of area it's mapping.
Yeah.
So like there are things that like we are identifying, whether it's
there's still projection,
color, yeah. There's like the temperatures and.
I got hit. It's fine. Sorry for the interruption.
Safety of the areas and like climates, locales.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of things that people are able to read independently of how it's going with the image. But then of course it's also just like exponentially expanded.
Yeah, and then it's like where does the sort of like media literacy for what this music is normally kind of associated with, like where does that end and where does like other kinds of more like metaphorical, physiological, linguistic mappings, those sort of underlying things begin? It's a really interesting question. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, there's no other explanation for like this chiptune resurgence. Well, I guess there's nostalgia, but like that really doesn't carry you that far when you look at these kinds of games. Nostalgia really only goes so far because we are kind of creating these the game I dreamed I could have played when I was younger types of things.
Yeah.
These folks that are doing it are very much like drawing on the history and a deep love. But it's like Stardew Valley, right? Like it's like the Harvest Moon that exists in our memory of like how expansive that world felt and magical and And yet, when you go back and play like the Super Nintendo Harvest Moon, which is a very dear game to me, you know, now I compare it to Stardew Valley, and it's like it feels so much less vivid.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
I don't
like
think it's a question in
nostalgia's
anyone's
in there.
mind that Stardew Valley is the superior game if we want to have a competition between the two of them.
Yeah, and there's never been, even the more modern Harvest Moons are never as good. Have you all seen the controversy about Stardew and the knockoff game?
Yes, I have.
Oh?
Which knockoff game?
Oh,
There's one that
it's
uses
called, like,
Eric's
Zoo
assets.
Story?
It's not just
Yeah.
What?
Let me pull it up and send a link here. Called Zoo
Who
Story or
would
something
dare?
like that. Super Zoo Story.
Yeah.
Super Zoo Story.
And the
Oh my god.
the person developing it basically scaled up some of the actual graphics and recolored, and just was like, oh hey, yeah, honestly, Julian, just like Google Zoo Story or Super Zoo Story and then go to images. Like, it's so blatant.
Wow.
The portraits, the little interface at the top of the screen that has the date and money.
I mean, Valley.
It's Stardew Valley. And then didn't even recolor the dirt from that yellow color. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
Like,
It's really blatant. And I'm in a couple Stardew Valley groups on Facebook, so people started posting about it and being like, do you think Eric knows? And it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like 1 million people have tweeted this at him, you know? Like he's definitely seen it and responded to it. And it's like the person or people developing this Zoo Story were like, oh, well, this is just, we're borrowing the assets while we learn to draw in pixel art. And it was like, okay, but
You can't publish it or make it available if you're using existing assets. Yeah, it's dumb.
what the heck?
Really quickly,
Right.
this boss, we got this
Isn't
gear.
it?
I've not yet used it, but this gear-themed stage, there's a tribute to Metal Man from Mega Man 2 right here. Watch this. My little guy I'm fighting. I used the new gear item on him. Instant kill. Because Metal Man dies in one hit to the Metal Blade.
But then he does have a second phase, which
There is a real boss
why
too,
that
yes.
works. He's actually, even if you don't use that one hit kill, he dies pretty quick, because there is the second phase that is like really, I mean, this is a late stage Mega Man boss, right? This is like a Wily's Castle boss right here.
Yeah, it is. It's hard too.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, a lot of folks were saying, like, if the assets hadn't been so blatantly ripped off, and then the creator was, like, really defensive, being like, well,
Yeah,
mine are twice the size. Like, my sprites are twice the size. And everyone was like, twice the size is still stolen. Like,
Wow.
if they had just had some original stuff, or even if it looked pretty similar but wasn't so obvious that it was like exactly the same asset, everyone would have been excited to play a game where you like operate a zoo.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the same people would have been interested in the game. So it is rough. Like it is one thing to make a game like this that is clearly drawing on all of these different models, but like this is its own game, you know? This is not a ripping off assets from a Mega Man.
Right.
We did it.
Anyway, that's my commentary on the whole thing. Eric Barone is being a class act about it, though, and you know, has said like it's not cool to steal assets, but like I would support the game, you know, if the creator decides to make some changes to the art, like.
Also, he like gives us so much for free. Like he's such a treasure. Like of all people to steal from.
I know,
Right?
instantly want to buy a couple more copies of the game and just like give them to people, like just to support him more.
If I knew anybody that didn't already have it.
That's the problem. Like almost everybody I know has it.
Yeah.
Some of whom because I've given it to them.
Right? I may even buy a second copy for the Switch because a lot of my friends at home play it on Switch and I have it on PC and they want me to play with them.
There
So
you
it
go.
could be that I pony up for a second
Yeah,
one.
I don't have a Switch copy.
I don't really want a Switch copy, but my nephew wants to play with me, so...
Oh,
That's
so
cute, though.
Yeah.
The co-op farm.
All right, it is 4 minutes
Well,
till
yeah,
11. Do we want to
Yeah.
put save the last thing for next week?
Yes.
And then we can look
Yeah.
at some of the alternate campaigns next week as well?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yes.
All right, 2 weeks from today, we have a fun event to do. I tweeted about this. I don't know if all of you saw it yet or not. Ambition, A Minuet in Power releases on Wednesday, 2 weeks from yesterday. And I'm going to upgrade and turn this down while I finish chatting here. I arranged for Ashley Greathouse to consult on that game, briefly. And so she's heard all the music in advance, and it's going to be awesome. The composer, John Robert Matz, is just an amazing, super awesome human. Some of you, I know Elizabeth knows him because he is the bard from Wandersong. And his new game is all about the French Revolution with, like, authentic Baroque music written by him. And it's going to be amazing. And so I was thinking 2 weeks from now we would play it very close to release day and have Ashley on.
And possibly in a powdered wig.
Yeah, and possibly in her big baller
It has
wig.
to be.
Yes.
We're demanding it.
And I'm saying this on screen so everyone can be like, yes, wear the wig.
Yeah.
I forgot that, like, that's not necessarily a known or normal thing. So I was like, this releases 2 weeks. And I sent a message her way, publicly visible. I was like, do you have the wig handy? But no context whatsoever.
That's funny.
Nice.
So I'm awesome, in other words. I'm gonna go turn in my meal ticket here. We're gonna take a shortcut. What's the horseman have to say? There is a super hidden double secret in the Hall of Champions, by the way. Got patched in much later. You can
I'm
fight...
trying to remember what that is.
Depending on what version of the game and what console you're playing on, you can fight either the Battletoads or Kratos from God of War. And get custom Shovel Knight themed armors for him. The Kratos Shovel Knight armor is really cool.
Okay, yeah, I was playing it on Wii U, so that's probably not...
No, you have the
Probably
amiibo
not.
though. You can buy all 4 Shovel Knight amiibos and get cool stuff.
I don't do amiibos. I hate amiibos. Haven't we been over that?
I love
I hate having
amiibos.
to
What's
buy-
wrong with you?
You buy a game and then you have to buy like a toy to make the game work better. I hate that. But you have pointed out they're great for children, like your kids, and I'm like,
Yes.
that I see. But I
It does
don't
amount
like that it has
to
to be
a
tied to
fifth-
the game content.
There's 4 Shovel Knight amiibos as well, so it amounts to $60 of downloadable content for a $15 game.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
It is.
It's just like especially how many amiibos there are. Like that was one thing I didn't love about the original Mario Maker was the way that you could get the custom outfits using the amiibos.
Yeah.
But I missed the custom outfits in Mario Maker 2, I will say. I loved being
Agreed.
able to like be, Ms. Pac-Man or Zelda or whatever. It's like the reason to go back and play those is like, oh, remember when we could do that? Like, I don't know why they discontinued that for the second one. Even though they did do cool things like add in Mario 2 elements and all of
slopes.
that.
Slopes are
And
relevant.
the slopes, and like, yeah, there are a lot of mechanics they added, but it's like, oh,
Yeah,
I
they
missed
did
the
take out the cool
costumes.
costumes, and I have probably 15 amiibo. Again, we've got the kids, right?
Yeah.
The coolest amiibo thing they've ever done, and then we'll let everybody go. I know Karen's about to pass out here on stream. The coolest amiibo thing they have ever done is the Wolf Link amiibo with the collector's edition of Twilight Princess HD. If you plug that into Breath of the Wild, you can summon Wolf Link as an AI companion inside of Breath of the Wild. And that's
fun.
amazing. And other than that, they've not done an absolute ton with it. I don't think. I wish they would do more in some ways and less in others, right? Because, again, I'm done buying them. Piranha Plant was the last one we bought here. In any case, it's 11 o'clock. It's time for bed. So,
Yay! I like bed.
everybody, go to bed. Yeah, Elizabeth, if you have not done that with your amiibo, you have to go do that. All of the Zelda amiibos give baller Zelda items.
Yes.
I'll message
once a
you because
day.
we have to end this stream or we're all going to black out and die.
Yes. But what we next week, it's like we can dig through some of the NSFs we didn't get to now that we've seen some levels, and then we can finish it.
We only
and
have
then-
about half an hour of game left, so we'll dig into
Yeah.
like the Spectre Knight alternate music campaigns as well.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
All right, because I don't think this is worth doing 4 different streams, 4 campaigns.
No.
Yeah. I just wanted to, slowly sink down. That's right. All right.
There we go.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
Good night.
Bye.